Hey, what's happening? It's Coach Karvell Bailey, and in today's video, right, I want to talk about three lessons that Jimmy Butler has taught us throughout this bubble playoff series. All right, now the first thing that we have to understand about Jimmy Butler is that Jimmy Butler is determined, right? Jimmy Butler is determined. Jimmy Butler had to take the stairs, right? Jimmy Butler didn't get the opportunity to take the elevator like so many athletes. If you haven't read Jimmy Butler's story, has an amazing story, and it speaks to not only his competitiveness, but it also speaks to his continued determination. So 3 things that we can gather from Jimmy Butler so far in these playoffs. All right. The first thing is this. I might step on somebody's toes with this coming out the door, but rankings mean nothing, right? Rankings mean nothing. If it's personal rankings, if it's team rankings, those mean nothing, right? Because when it's head-to-head competition, if you have a certain mindset and a mindset of someone like Jimmy Butler, those rankings go out the window when it's head-to-head competition. As a matter of fact, you love to see those individuals that have now been ranked or have now been put on a pedestal, right? You want to see those individuals. Now, I'm not saying don't work your best to be recognized in your circle, in your area. That's great to be recognized as one of the elite, one of the top performers in your area. But even for those players that strive to get ranked, and for those parents that want their athletes to get ranked, what happens is they see their athlete's name and a number by it, and then everything else falls off. Not so much with Jimmy Butler, right? He never really had that. So he's shown to us that rankings mean nothing, right? Here's a quick tidbit. If you really want to earn yourself a college scholarship or get on the radar of others, then when you come head to head with those people that are ranked, destroy them. You got one mission: to destroy the ranked person, because rankings mean nothing. It's all about what you got in your left shirt pocket. My dad used to always tell me, what do you have in your left shirt pocket, right? I'll let y'all figure that out. You can tell me in the comments what I mean by that. What do you have in your left shirt pocket, right? Basketball is a thinking person's game. We understand that, at least some do. So rankings mean absolutely nothing. Jimmy Butler has shown that in now them going up 2-0 on the Milwaukee Bucks, right? The second thing that Jimmy Butler has taught us, and if you've ever watched me, you know I got my notes somewhere, right? But the second thing that Jimmy Butler has taught us is this, that less is more, right? Less is more. If you see the final play of game 2, against the Bucks, right? Jimmy Butler came off the screen, right? Caught the ball in triple threat, and he made a move, which was the crossover move. He faked to the outside, he faked middle, and he crossed it over left. Now, he crossed it over without bouncing the ball, right? He faked left, or he faked to the middle, and then he ripped it back through on that crossover, and then he took one dribble. And then he stepped back and created space. Less is more. To my coaches out here, please put a dribble limit on your guards that just want to pound the basketball, right? The worst thing that ever happened to a basketball, they put air in it, right? So less is more. All that pounding is not necessary. Make your move, right? Respond and or react to what the defense is giving you, and that's what he did. And less is more. One dribble. Step back, get your space, right? Get to your spot. Only took him one dribble to get to the spot. Get to the spot, create your space, raise up, right? So less is more. So the first point Jimmy Butler taught us, rankings mean nothing. The second point Jimmy taught us is that less is more, right? Less is more. You don't need all that pounding. Make your move, get to the spot, raise up, be efficient, and be effective, right? Now, the last thing that Jimmy Butler taught us, and this is, so I'll tell you a story real quick. So not really years ago, but a few years back, I used to work the Marquette camp. And I started working Marquette camp around the time when Jimmy Butler was playing with the Bulls. And, you know, Coach Buzz Williams was still there, that whole regime and everything. But you have to understand that we used to get to the gym at 7:30 in the morning for our coaches' meetings, right? Jimmy Butler would already be in the gym. Now, mind you, he's a pro. He would be at Marquette campus. He would be in the gym getting the morning workout. He would then again get an afternoon workout at lunch, right? See him either in the weight room or back in the gym. And then after camp, they would play. So Jimmy was getting in 3 workouts back then a day. Young athletes, listen to me. 3 workouts a day. And I used to just go in with my pen and pad and just watch and take notes on his workouts. Because back then, Jimmy Butler, even though he had offense, he was a defensive specialist. And people forget that he's still a defensive specialist because he had the right mindset. So here we go. The third thing that Jimmy Butler taught us is this. Going back to my story. They used to play one-on-one during the workout. All these old Marquette pros overseas or in the NBA would come back up. And they would play with the actual team in the afternoon, right? No coaches involved, just all players. Well, a game that they played, which is good for young athletes, two dribble max, and they would play from all 5 spots. And they would play up to 7. 2 dribble max, all 5 spots. 2 corners, 2 wings, top of the key, right? 2 dribbles. So he's used to less is more. Going back to my point too, he's used to creating that space in the most efficient way possible. But watch this. Wes Matthews also went to Marquette. So they know each other's game. They play against each other. So that last play against the Bucks, I'm not sure why Giannis came to help out. Not really quite sure. But Wes Matthews, you saw the body, and Jimmy's used to that because that's what they do on a regular basis. But here's the third key point. All right, third key point is this. Basketball is a business. Basketball is a business. And so when they asked Jimmy Butler, was he having his family come to the bubble to see him? He said, nah, this is a business trip. This is a business. This is a business trip. Every time you put your shoes on, every time you tie those shoes, every time you put a uniform on, it's a business trip. And for my young athletes, right, and even for my coaches that's on the high school level, right, and the lower level, understand that this is a business, right? It may be recreational as they get younger, but as they get older into the college ranks, it now becomes a business. So with that business mindset, you have to put yourself in position to be business oriented in the way in which you carry yourself, not only the way in which you play, the way in which you respond, the way in which you react, the things that you may post. You know, you have to present yourself in a professional manner at all times because this is a business. And so Jimmy Butler understands, I'm going to Florida for one reason and one reason only. And that's to win a championship. One reason only, that's to win a championship. I'm on business, right? So when you can understand those 3 points that Jimmy Butler has taught us, I guarantee you it will improve your players. To my coaches, I'm talking to my coaches now, it will improve your players. To my parents, it will improve your young student athlete, right? Your baby, it will help them. And to my athletes, it will help you. So all across the board, we can learn so much from Jimmy Butler, and you can apply all 3 of these things even to life, right? Even to life, we can apply and understand all 3 of those things, right? Rankings mean nothing. But, you know, whatever those test scores are, that doesn't necessarily measure your intellect. Does that make sense, right? Less is more, right? Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Get to it. Put action behind it, and let's make it happen. As well as it's a business. Handle yourself as a business. All right. So I hope these 3 points helped you. What we can learn from Jimmy Butler. All right. Coach Karvell Bailey. I will talk to you guys later. Listen, if you haven't had a chance to go check out my free case study video, I don't know what you waiting on, right? It's some amazing information in there, right? It's 3 key secrets that will help parents understand 3 myths that they've been told. But then I don't just give you the myths, I give you the solutions. So now you have 3 key solutions that can help your athlete get better recruited. All right, so go check that out at www.b2bsdhoopsmastery.com. That's b2bsdhoopsmastery.com. And if you like me and my team's help with helping your athletes or your athlete implement any of these things, then just reach out to us. All right, Coach Karvell Bailey. Talk to you all a little later. Peace.